and you are watching Detour Diaries, helping you navigate your life's itinerary, and that is what I am here for. I am so excited today. I've got a bunch of stuff to go over with you, and even some fun things that happened just while I was waiting to get on. So we're going to jump in and get started. Make sure that if you are watching live, you leave me a comment and say hello. And if you have any questions, please feel free to leave it in the comments either now while we're live, or if you're watching this on replay. I will monitor all comments, answer any questions about any challenges that you're having, address anything that you have questions about, and also please let me know any topics that you would like me to cover in the future, or anything. So be sure and leave a comment below. And secondly, very, very important, for several reasons. If you like these live broadcasts, you want to make sure that you don't miss any of them. I've been um, mailing out announcements to let everybody know when I'm going live, but I won't be doing that continually. The way that you're going to be notified in the future as time goes on is you need to click on the red subscribe button, and that will send out announcements from YouTube letting you know. There's no opt-in, nothing like that to do. You just click on the red subscribe button. That will let you know when I go live, and also when I put new videos up, for the motivational videos and some of the other things I have coming. So make sure that you do that. And when you do, there's something else in the works that you're going to be really, really excited about. I am going to be doing a $25 Amazon gift card giveaway when my brand new channel here reaches 100 subscribers. So I don't know how long that's going to take. I set the contest to end at the end of November. I think that gives us plenty of time. Truthfully, if every single person watching this video click subscribe today, we would be at 100 within the next 24 hours. So I'm not exactly sure how the contest module works if we reach 100 before the end of November, but we'll play that by ear together and find out. But when you subscribe, you actually are given an entry into the giveaway for the drawing, and the drawing is automated. We do it within the contest software and everything. So for you subscribing, you get one entry, and if you share this live stream and somebody that you share it with subscribes, you'll get additional entries. So there's multiple ways to have more than just one entry into the drawing, but everybody who subscribes, once we hit the milestone of 100, which is a personal milestone for me, because that will allow me to give a specific name to the channel instead of in the URL, instead of having the gobbledygook long alphanumeric URL and everything. So that's really important to me. So in exchange for you helping me out with that, I thought a fun contest would be in order, and just in time for the holidays, because who couldn't use an extra $25 at Amazon during the holidays? I know, because someone is addicted to Amazon over, well, not just the holidays, like really all year long. I probably get 2 to 3 Amazon orders a week. And that's when I'm not shopping for holiday gifts. So that'll be a fun little giveaway that we're going to do. So please subscribe, help me reach my goal. Spread the word to anybody who you feel would be appreciative of the inspiration and motivation that I bring to you with these live streams, as well as the videos that I put up on the channel. So I'll remind you again toward the end of the broadcast, but go ahead and just click subscribe now while you're thinking about it, and we're going to go ahead and get started. So it was really, really funny. I got a special treat this morning. I was kind of later coming on than I wanted to, because as life has it, when you make a plan, oftentimes there are challenges that come in to play, and it ends up that the tree cutting service decided that they were going to cut down, it was actually a dead tree. I really wouldn't call it a tree. To cut down a tree literally right outside our door. So I kind of wanted to peek and make sure that the tree went that way instead of this way, and we were all set. They did. It was actually really fascinating how they did it. So I had to kind of hang out and keep an eye on that, but also the noise was just so loud when they were right by the door. They're cutting trees all over the campground, so if you hear more noise today, they're doing trimming and everything. If you hear some noise on the broadcast, it's just life. You know, it's all part of the wonderful freedom lifestyle and lifestyle business that we have, and running the office out of the RV. So it just kind of comes with the territory. But so anyway, when the tree went down, we got to see two little baby squirrels at the base. And I would say they were toddlers more so than babies. They were probably about, that looks probably about that big. And I was able to get it on camera. So maybe I'll put a link down below if anybody wants to see, and go ahead and let me know if you want to see a picture of the little two baby squirrels. And they scooped them up. The guys were so cool. They scooped them up and they relocated them over where we all know the group of squirrels and the mama probably is and everything. So all set. The squirrels were charming and have been safely relocated, and all is well with that. And I was able to then proceed with getting on with the broadcast. Gonna shut my ice maker off because it makes like weird little noises too when I'm broadcasting. So anyway, the next thing that I wanted to talk to you about is actually I wanted to show you a couple of pictures, because I am not so much because of the pictures themselves, but I'm trying something on my channel. And what it is, there's some meditation and visualization things that I want to do with music and video and audio on this. So I'm going to use you as a guinea pig today to just try substituting in some pictures and see if I do it right. Because again, it's all a learning curve. And I thought what would be fun, because this is my favorite time of the year. I love fall. I did on our recent trip around the East Coast, when we went up to New York, I got to see the fall leaves, and that just meant so much to me. It just, I love those colors, and it just, it hits me deep into the heart. And the other thing that is so fun is for Halloween, especially when we're in the Orlando area, is Halloween Horror Nights. And actually there's Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween, which we do at Disney. There is Halloween Spooktacular, I think they call it, at SeaWorld. And then there's the really scary 9 haunted houses at Orlando Universal Studios. And we went to Halloween Horror Nights the other night, and it was really kind of extra fun for us because we know one of these, what they call scare actors. So I wanted to show you 2 pictures, one with Marina and one with Morgan, of the scare actors from the other night. So let me see if I can do this right. This is the first one with Morgan, and that's the scare actor we know, our dear friend Josh, who does double duty as a manager at Animal Kingdom, and had a temporary stint this season as one of the scare actors at Universal Studios. So we went to Halloween Horror Nights. We got to hang out in the section that he was in, and it was so much fun. Another section that we went to was It was almost like a zombie themed Grease type of movie with all of the prom queens walking around as zombies, and all of the guys with their sleeves rolled up, and the motorcycles and everything. And this was one of the zombies that we don't know, but got a funny feeling he was interested in getting to know Marina better. So I just wanted to show you these two fun pictures. It looks like it has successfully come up on the screen. One other thing I want to try here, I don't know, I have yet to figure out how I can get the music to play in the background. I'm running music right now, but I can't hear it, and I don't know if you hear it or not. If you are watching and you hear music, please just leave a comment in the chat and let me know if you hear the music, or let me know if you don't hear the music. If we don't, we'll figure out how to make it happen, because technology is us, and sooner or later everything has an answer, and it's just a matter of a learning curve. So anyway, those are the two pictures I wanted to test out, and thank you for indulging me. Looks like our test was successful, at least 2 images. Now we got to figure out the MP3 file and see if we actually got that going. So anyway, that's that. And now the next thing that I wanted to go over is something that somebody said the other day to me, in terms of making a decision about something that was to their betterment, and how powerful that feeling was for that person I was talking to. And I got to thinking, one of the things that I see all too often is people are really, really good at making business decisions. People are really good at making decisions when it comes to other people. But one area that it's very, very common for people to struggle with is making a decision on something when it has to do with the betterment of themselves. And this could be something as easy as purchasing something that would make you happy, but is a little bit of an indulgence, and you might hesitate and think that the money would be spent better elsewhere. I'm kind of guilty of that sometimes, and my daughters remind me all too frequently, and they're like, "Mommy, get this for yourself. You're always getting us stuff. You go ahead and you're going to enjoy this so much." And as much as I joke about me and my shopping tendencies and all of that type of thing, most of the time what I end up buying is things for other people and things for my daughters. So I do consider myself on the bottom of the list. I'm kind of the last. I consider myself last too often, and the girls sometimes create a pattern and are up there and remind me, and with a little bit of pushing and prodding, actually it doesn't take much pushing and prodding, but with a little bit, they usually kind of bring me around to that way of thinking, and I go ahead and I will indulge. But it's not just in those types of purchases. A lot of times it could be a decision to purchase a personal development course, or a course that is going to teach you something new about your hobby, or even invest in business coaching or mentoring to increase your business. And what I got to thinking about with all of these different scenarios, it's what I refer to is the ROI on your decisions. And what I mean by that is there is a return on investment when it comes to something as simple as you making a decision about something that has to do with you personally, with yourself. It doesn't just have to be that You own a business and you're going to get a return on your investment if you purchase a certain amount of inventory and then you mark it up and resell it. That's typically what we think of when we hear ROI. It's also typically what we think about if um, you purchase a house and you decide that you're going to remodel or make an addition, add an addition onto the house, and that addition is going to give you a return on your investment if you decide that you ultimately want to sell your house someday. Um, Trying to think of just other things, it's those are the typical things that we think of, but the thing that we seldom ever think of is the return on investment on the decisions that you make, the personal decisions on a daily basis, as a matter of course, going out throughout, your typical routine throughout the day. What decisions you're making that are going to bring a return on the investment in yourself, in educating yourself, in bettering yourself, in doing something that is even going to be an indulgence, but it's going to put your head in a better place and give you that mindset that is going to create some forward momentum and allow you to maybe propel yourself to the next level or to the next step of a goal or something that you've set or something along those lines. And it's really, really important to acknowledge how doing these little things does make a difference in your life. Now, I had it was heartbreaking. Um, I had someone that I spoke to about doing some marketing coaching with her, and this particular gal was 50-ish. She was married, an empty nester. Their kids were grown and out of the house, and she had a passion for cooking and nutrition and healthful living, but with a country, a definite country slant of country cooking. And we think of country cooking as shrimp and grits and barbecue sauce and all of this and everything. And she had recipes that she had created and collected over the years, and things that she made to feed her children healthy meals while still indulging in the country cooking type of recipes and cuisine and things like that. But she had adapted a lot of things, and she was really passionate about raising her children this way. She saw that it, kept her family healthy and fit, and she wanted to take this skill and she wanted to give it to the rest of the world and find a way to get this gift that she has and this really unique things that she created and things that she did. She wanted to get that out to many people, and she came to me because she wanted to look at setting up an internet business. And oh my God, was she excited. She was just on top of the world at the prospects of the things that we talked about, and we discussed what I could do with her, how we could work together, and all of those good things. And she was just, her energy level, everything was just absolutely on the ceiling throughout the whole conversation. We got to the end of the conversation, and I sensed that all of a sudden there was a huge shift. And she said, "Well, I'm going to have to talk to my husband." And I said, "Okay, you want to share with him everything?" She said, "Well, I have to get his permission." And it hit me, and it's like I just felt that turn in her vibration, in her energy. And the way that she said the word permission pretty much told me where things were going to go from this point. But it just crushed me, because here is somebody with a gift. And probably many of you who are watching this right now um, are would say the same thing. I love country cooking. I would, give anything to get my hands on some great country recipes that were still healthy and weren't, high in fat and were nutritional and all of that and everything. So, here's this lady who has this ability, but in order to do anything in life, she has to get permission. And hi, Cat Goddess. I hear you're not hearing any music. I see that. Sorry you're late. Renee, love that you're here anyway. It doesn't matter that you're late. You're always welcome. Walter, hello. I'll continue to give some shout outs as we go along here. And thank you everyone for putting the comments in, and we'll work on the music. So, so here we are, and I'm dealing with somebody that is just suddenly crushed and devastated at the fact that she has to get permission. And, we always say, don't ask for permission, ask for the support in what it is that you're doing, and uphold what one another is doing. And truly, that was not the family dynamic that this lady had. And when we got back on the phone, at this point in time, it was not meant to be that her and I were going to work together, because sadly, her husband did not give her the permission she was looking for. And she told me flat out on the phone, my husband doesn't have the same confidence in me that I have, and I have to work on that. And I said, well, are you working on him getting the confidence, or are you working on you having the confidence in yourself to square your shoulders and to tell your husband that you need his support more than you need his permission? And we had a little bit of a mini coaching moment there that I helped her with some techniques and things to work on. So this is a little bit of an evolving thing that's going on. And we'll continue, and I'll, update you a little bit in the future, if we have a shift and she is able to make any of these changes. But you see right there, the whole concept of making a decision. She was faced with an opportunity and the challenge to make a decision to invest in herself. And for whatever conversation that went on with the husband behind closed doors that I was not privy to, she was not able to convey to him, or she didn't have a family dynamic in place with boundaries in place that said, I am your wife, you love me, I'm asking you for support, even if you maybe don't understand what it is that I'm about to do, or if you don't agree with what I'm about to do, but I have a skill and a talent, and I'd like for you to be as all in with this as I am, and I want to move forward. So, for whatever reasons, and no judgment, but whatever reasons that didn't happen for her, I want to make sure it doesn't create a stumbling block for you as well, because maybe it isn't a spouse. Maybe it's that little gremlin talking in your ear when you get ready to do something that's saying to you, you're not good enough. I don't have faith in you. I don't believe in you. It doesn't have to be someone else who doesn't have the faith, and oftentimes we obviously all encounter this, throughout my entire life, being a maverick and an online entrepreneur and someone who travels full time. 99% of the people out there don't understand me, probably don't agree with it. I've run up against people with negative attitudes about homeschooling. I've run up against people who think, we're gypsies, and it's got to be the worst life in the world. You can see I'm all the worse for wear here. But, sometimes that negativity is coming from within. Sometimes it's coming externally. It can come from things in your childhood that you were told that you weren't good enough or that you couldn't succeed. There's a lot of different places that it can come, but this is decision-making time. This is time for you to make a decision that's going to give you a return on your investment, with the investment being the belief in yourself. And when we talk about how dangerous it can be, that your decisions are not giving you a return on that investment, what we're talking about is that your failure to believe in yourself, or your failure to take actions that are going to allow those who are around you to support you in that belief in yourself, and make those decisions that are going to take your life to the next level. Whether it's a new career, whether it's losing weight, whether it's a new business endeavor, or you're looking for a new job, or you want a raise at your current job, or you want a promotion. The other thing that I've seen a lot of times, there's a lot of self-worth issues around the decision-making process of losing weight. And, even spouses who are not supportive in that side of the realm of health and nutrition, amazingly enough, because there's this whole dynamic of how you're going to be perceived once you lose weight and have a different outlook on life, and insecurities that kick in on the part of the spouses. So as you can see, I mean, there's just tons and tons of ways that this whole decision making process can really be undermined. And when it is undermined, that is where you fail to get the return on that investment in you going all in for whatever goal or decision it is that you are looking to make. And so, I can't stress enough that if you look at it from this perspective, from a really clear cut, I understand that I get a return on investment. This was Economics 101, business class, college business, marketing 101, that, you buy low, you sell high. You make an investment in inventory for your business, you mark it up, and you sell it, and you make a profit. That's your return on your investment. If you invest in business coaching, not every time are you going to necessarily get something through that coaching that is a dollar for dollar return on your investment, but it's no less of a return on your investment for your decision making process and for your education. You may learn something, or I've had customers who have really, really struggled with doing video and even doing live like I'm doing right here. And, I've had some of my own challenges with this through the years and everything, that I've gone through times where I haven't been very comfortable. I don't, necessarily like watching myself on video. I don't watch my replays very much. But if it's an opportunity to connect with you, I put that as a higher priority in my life than what I feel or don't feel when I look at a replay. Because who am I to deny you my gifts and what I have to bring to the table just because I have this little hang up with video? And, I've worked with a lot of my clients on that side of things too. Even when it comes to blogging, who cares to read what I write? Nobody's going to be interested in this. Who am I to be bringing anything? It's like I hear a lot of that type of thing from my clients. And, so at that point, you've got to take a look at what the return is. Is the return that you are challenging yourself by going live? Is the return that you have the satisfaction and the gratification of knowing that by going live and sharing your stories that you're making a difference in someone else's life? You never know that one person, those of you watching right here, right now, and those of you that watch this replay, there could be that one little thing that I say that makes all the difference in your life and takes you from point A to point B, and literally and totally transforms your life. And who am I to withhold that? I've been given gifts. I believe in God, and God has given me these gifts to share with you. And withholding them, making any decision not to have that investment decision in myself, is it just it's such a sad state of affairs to take those gifts and put them under a rock and put them away. And I work with so many people that for various reasons have spent too many years of their life with their gifts hidden. And as we go on to work together, and I see a couple of my clients here watching this, and I know that some that aren't able to stop and watch it, they're going to be watching it a little bit later. And I applaud you because you have taken the step in deciding to work with someone, and it just happens to be me, but you decided to work with someone who is going to help you get those gifts and get that inner unique talent that you have out to the world and make a difference in the lives of others. That is a priceless return on your investment. And it may not be always in dollars and cents. It may be that one life you save, that one life you transform. And when that happens, the dollars and cents will flow. It just absolutely does. It is the law of the universe, and it will happen. But how it is measured is it's measured from in here. It's measured by how you feel and what happens when you make decisions and you take inspired action and you believe in the whole concept of the return on investment that you have in yourself and the decisions you make. So I just wanted to kind of work through a little bit of this with you today, give you some examples, give you some food for thought. Again, if you have any questions, put it in the chat and I will answer you now, give you a shout out if you have a question on a different topic. If there's anything that you're facing as a challenge, put it in there and let's talk about it. If you're watching this on replay, put it in. I will still respond to it, and I will address it either in the comments as a reply. I promise you, you leave a message, I will reply to you. Or we may use it as an example of something that we talk about on a future episode. So either way, I am really excited to have spent this time with you today. And I appreciate all of you who have tuned in live and those of you who will watch this in the future. Love it that we got some comments today. These were the first set of comments I got on the live broadcast, so that really means a lot to me, and I appreciate you stepping out and leaving a comment. As I said, we'll continue to figure out the music side of things, and what we will do is I will talk to you in a couple of days. Maybe before Halloween, maybe to show you some Halloween pictures, or to play some spooky music. But continue enjoying fall. And also as a continued reminder about subscribing, and the 100 subscriber contest is on. It is officially started as of this broadcast. And I would like for you to subscribe for several reasons. One, it's going to give you notification that when I go live in the future. It will give you notification of when I put up new videos, because I am not always going to be able to do broadcast emails to my entire list. This is kind of a new community that we're building here, and the best way to get notification when I do go live is to hit that subscribe button. But the other benefit is that the contest that we have, it's an automated contest. The link is actually in the comments below for you to click on. And when you subscribe, you'll see that you get one entry for subscribing. and you get an entry anytime somebody subscribes that you share this broadcast with. And at the end of the contest period, or as soon as we reach 100 subscribers, which is my first milestone here, my personal goal, we're starting with 25 subscribers as of today, brand new channel, and I want to get to 100 subscribers as soon as possible. And as soon as we do, we're going to do a drawing for a $25 Amazon gift card from amongst all of the subscribers who helped me reach this goal. So let's do it. Let's get me to this milestone, and let's get you an entry into the $25 Amazon gift card so that you can feed your Amazon addiction like I feed mine. So go ahead, click subscribe. Also, if you've liked our topic today and you want to give it a thumbs up, go ahead and click on like as well. And I see Sweet Potato Pie says, hi Stephanie, question, one of my goals was to, and unfortunately I know who you are and I know where to find you. However, your question came out truncated here, so we can hang out a little bit longer here. I'm happy to. But Sweet Potato Pie, I need you to actually finish what the question is, because we've got one of my goals was to, and nothing after that. So I could probably sit here and guess a few things about what some of your goals are, but go ahead if you will and finish the sentence. And then I see somebody else has asked a question too. So I will go on to that question while Sweet Potato Pie finishes hers that got truncated accidentally. And we will answer both of them. So Renee says, I need help desperately. I know what I want to do with the rest of my life, but I am stuck and there's not enough room on here to type out my reason. So without really knowing specifically the reasons, and in many ways, it's not necessarily a requirement that I know your reason, but I am going to actually, and Renee, this just gave me a great idea here. I will put mulacsites@gmail.com is the support email to get through to me, but I will actually put that in the description below so that if you want to detail out something in greater detail, and especially even from a confidential standpoint, if there's a reason why you don't want to put the full-blown reason here in the comments, you can always reach me by that. But let's talk a little bit about the concept of knowing what you do want to do and being stuck, because that's something that I see so often. And you know, the stuck aspect comes in many different forms. You know, and again, sometimes we can be stuck in our own heads, we can be stuck from our circumstances, we can be stuck from our support system. And one of the most important things is to first identify what the sticking point is, but also to realize that maybe what you think is the sticking point may not necessarily be that point. And let me explain what I mean by that, because I had a situation one time where probably 5-7 years ago, my business structure was such that there were certain projects and certain things I did at various times each year, and you know, those things took up a certain amount of time, and you know, and I kind of had a system like clockwork that I did and everything. But there were a couple other projects, and one in particular that I put on the back burner because I always said the reason that I was not able to move forward with that particular project, which represented a huge passion of mine and represented something that was really, really important. I always said, I can't do it because there's not enough time. There's just not enough hours in the day. I don't have enough time to be able to bring that project that's sitting on the back burner to the front burner because I don't have the time. And so I was stuck. I was very passionate about it. I wanted to get this project going, but I truly felt that I did not have enough time. And then one day I thought about it and I thought, no, the problem isn't that I don't have enough time. The problem is that I have not adjusted my priorities such that I am allowing enough time for that particular product or project, I should say. I'm not allowing enough time for that. I'm making a conscious decision to not restructure things that are going on and make enough time for that. And I understand, Renee, that I'm giving an example here, and I encourage you to email me with more detail. And after the broadcast is over, I'll put the email address. It's Mulac Sites, MULACSITES @gmail.com. But I also put that in the description for everybody. So I am more than happy to address for you, Renee, what your specific reasons are and everything. So just drop me an email. And as I say, even if it's, some portions that are confidential, I can address it on a future broadcast in a more generic form, and even reply and everything to you and to your email, but I'm sure that what you're going to share will be something that will help everybody. But so in the example that I'm giving, though, for the situation that I encountered and having that, just the knee-jerk reaction, don't have enough time. All of a sudden it was like, well, if this is important enough to you, if this is really something you're passionate about, if this is part of your purpose and your goal and your gifts, well, make enough time. And while we can't add any more time than 24 hours in the day, we certainly have the choice as to what we allocate to those 24 hours and what we choose to focus on. And for me, that was the real turning point in that particular situation. Was I actually had to take a look at everything that I was doing and say, are these group of things more important than this other thing that's over on the back burner? And as it turned out, one of the things that I was doing was not as important. But I had kind of got into that habit that we all have, especially with entrepreneurs and business owners, that you get into, I really wouldn't say a rut, because it's still something that is working and it's going great. And, you look at the dollars and cents and, yes, this is a worthwhile business activity, but is this activity more of a priority than this other thing I'm putting on the back burner? And for me, when I weighed everything out, from desire and passion and impact and time and money included, all of those factors, it came down to, it was a tough choice and it was a tough step to make. But in my heart of hearts, I did have to say, you know what? Hi, Lacey. How you doing? Hi, Fertina. Glad you opened the email. Fortunately, there is a replay, so don't worry that you just opened it. You're good. And yes, restructuring is us, Lacey. You and I are right on the same page about that. So I had to make a tough choice, but I did make the choice. And I said, this particular thing has got to go. It's no longer serving me. It served me for a certain period of time, but it's no longer serving me. And this other thing over here would serve much better, because it is ultimately going to probably be more lucrative than this thing that I was currently doing, and one of these aspects that I was currently doing. But also, that whole concept of the return on the investment of our decisions again comes back into play, was that I was going, by bringing this back burner project up to the front, was going to increase the number of people I could impact, play a bigger game on a bigger level, to be able to raise the bar in my own offerings and being able to share my gifts and my passions with others. And taking that and going forward with that became a no-brainer, that once I made the decision to let go of that particular project and move this one into the picture, I had enough time in the world. Time was no longer my issue and my problem for that particular project that we were discussing and everything. So, I was stuck, and I moved from a position of being stuck to being unstuck on the whole concept of not enough time. And that was what actually allowed me to get unstuck and start create forward momentum and bring the other project up to the front burner and work it and turn it into not only something that was literally far more lucrative than what I had let go of, but even more important to me, gave me a platform and an opportunity to reach far more people. So that's an example of getting unstuck, but it's also an example of taking a look at what you feel that your reasons are, and kind of doing a deep dive and making sure that the reason that's holding you back is really what's holding you back. And if so, addressing and dividing and conquering on that challenge. Or is it something else? And so often when people are stuck in something, what I find is that, and it's a reason that I brought this up right away, Renee, without even knowing what it is that you're stuck, your reasonings are. So often, if you stay stuck for too long, it is probably an indication that what you think is holding you back is not really what's holding you back. Now, from there, that's when you really have to kind of do a deep dive and deconstruct what it is you're thinking versus what it really is. But in so many instances, that's really where this whole concept of being stuck, and you can't move forward and move past it, is usually the notion that what you think is holding you back is probably not what it really is. And sometimes it just requires some help from somebody else in pointing it out. So feel free, if any of this resonates with you and you want to run any scenarios by me, please feel free to do so. And again, either leave it in the comments now, or go ahead and email me, or leave it in the comments below if you're watching this on replay. But I am more than happy to tackle this with you, because as you can well imagine, if it's something that you're experiencing, it's not just you, and it would help hundreds of others. So, let's dive deep together. That's what this is about. That's what the Detour Diaries is about, is helping you tackle the challenges that come in the way of your life itinerary. And that's why we're here. I see Sweet Potato maybe will forever be truncated in her question. We will wait with bated breath to find out what the rest of the comment was, but we'll straighten it out, and I'll come back to you with that as a follow-up as well. That's the beauty of doing these live and also having them archived and building the community that we're building. So with that being said, I appreciate all of you here, and yes, absolutely, Fratina, to have to talk positive to myself in order to keep going. And the more that you hear that positivity, and I think one of the best things to always keep in mind about that is when that little niggling voice in your ear that sits on your shoulder is saying all kind of negative and um, non-serving things in your head. Ask yourself, if you had a loved one, a child, a best friend, a best buddy, a spouse, would you say all that negative things to them that you often say to yourself? Chances are you wouldn't. Chances are you would uplift them, you would talk positively to them. So why do we talk negatively to ourselves? It's just, oh, it's such a problem. I'm not above it. I guarantee that, even if many of you listening um, run into this same problem, you may be having a really big challenge with it, or you may be pretty good at it, but we are not, we just don't talk to ourselves often enough the way that we talk to and support others. And if you've mastered that, it makes a huge difference in your life. And what I would suggest that you do, and this really drives this point home, I'm not going to get the exact title right, but the little thumbnail says, I'm really not stupid. And it's about baby steps. Watch the video that I have in the channel. It's just like a 2-minute video, 2.5-minute video, talking about baby steps and not being stupid. And it will give you a really cool exercise to keep in your mind if you have the tendency of having problems with the negative self-talk and are looking for ways to overcome that. So I will actually put a little annotation in this as well. I have an opportunity to, here in YouTube to call out a certain video. So after this is over, I'll call out that particular video too, so that there's, I think, either a card or a little round I for info that is in the upper right hand corner as you're watching this, that you can click on and go to that video, because it's, like I said, you'll like it, and it's a real neat way of kind of creating a pattern interrupt when you start the negative self-talk and trying to get past it. So anyway, MKG, yes, feel stuck a lot, try to figure out what it is, but I can't seem to put a finger on it. What affects that? A lot of times what affects that is literally the inability to step back and look at it objectively, and again kind of hone in on what your sticking point is. And maybe if you're so close to it that you haven't had luck and success in being able to figure out the origin and the root of being stuck, that you need to run it by somebody, and you need to kind of kick it around. So I'm here. You don't, again, necessarily have to specifically, detail it out in great detail in the comments. I'll put the email address in the description area below this video, and email me and I will address it in an upcoming video. If you want me to maintain your confidentiality, that's perfectly fine, because again, we can talk about something without naming you by name or anything like that. But if it's something that you're experiencing, you definitely can believe that practically everybody else on here is experiencing it too, in one form or another, and at one point or another in their life. So we're all here to help each other. And Fortina says, I don't. That's cool. That is really, really good. If you don't have any problems in negative self-talk. I am sure that makes a tremendous difference in your life. I love that. I love hearing that. So thank you for sharing. And again, don't forget about the contest. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. Don't forget about the contest, a $25 gift card when the subscribes on the channel reach 100. That is my first milestone, and we'll continue, if this works, we'll continue to run contests and have fun giveaways and stuff like this. So the link is down in the description with how you can qualify for an entry into the contest. But basically all you have to do is click on subscribe and you'll be all set with an entry into the contest and eligible for the $25 Amazon gift card giveaway. So just in time for the holidays. Everybody, thank you so much for joining in with me today, and for all of you who are watching this on replay in the future. It means the world to me. I am so enthused about the community that we're creating here and the momentum that we're going to create to tackle your life's challenges and keep working on these things that are going to just wither away and get swept off of the path to your success. So really excited. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful fall wherever you are, and I will talk to you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.